your check and be sure that I'm absolutely clear between 12 o'clock and 2 tomorrow.
Okay? Gotcha. Business lunch?
Yeah, a rather important one, as a matter of fact. The president of the Regional Broadcasting Association. Seems I'm in line for some kind of an award for my contributions to local broadcasting.
Are you serious? I think that's terrific. You know, Margo, I bet you it has everything to do with that Movers and Shakers program. I don't know, I think it's an excellent public affairs show.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I'm kind of proud of that myself.
You should be proud. As a matter of fact, you should be proud of a lot of the things you've done since you've taken over here. By the way, do you know that not only the ratings have increased, but so have the earnings since you've taken charge?
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've already had a head for business. I wish I could handle my personal affairs half as well.
Come on, Margo.
I mean it. I managed to alienate my one and only son-in-law.
Margo, I don't... Look, Draper finding out about the house was upsetting. But I think things have more or less straightened out right now.
I don't know about that. The way he was acting last night, I think he'd be happy if he never saw me again, ever.
Look, I don't think his reaction was so strong just because of the house. I think he's still very upset about losing that job in New York. It was a disappointment.
Yeah, well, I think it would have been, if he'd gotten it, a bigger disappointment to you, to both of us.
Well, anyway, Draper's been rather depressed about it. I'm sure his state of mind had a lot to do with his overreacting about the house business. All he needs is time, Margo.
I know. Time heals all wounds, but I'm afraid this little incident is not going to blow over so quickly.
Why do you think so?
Because, although the yelling and shouting is over, I feel deep inside good old Draper is never going to forgive or forget.
Well, I certainly hope that is not the case.
I hope not, too. One thing I want you to promise me. Promise me no matter what Draper feels or what he says, that I'm never going to lose you.
Well, I had no idea I was quite that indispensable around here.
Well, you most certainly are.
Well, I don't think you have a thing to worry about. Considering the Scots' financial obligations these days, my career has become quite important. Besides, wild horses couldn't drag me away from here. I love my job.
I wasn't talking about losing an assistant. I was talking about losing a daughter.
Boy, that doctor who patched me up, he must have been some kind of a genius, you know, because he definitely promised me that after the operation I would definitely play the piano again.
But you could never play the piano before.
Yeah, that's why he must have been some kind of a genius. Look, come on, what do I have to do to get some kind of a smile out of you today?
Nothing.
If you don't lighten up, lady, I'm gonna have you arrested for depressing a patient.
Do you realize what's going to happen today?
Something happening today? You mean there's something happening here today and I don't know about it? Why am I always the last one to know these things?
Calvin, this could be the most important day of your life. And it means a lot to me, too.
Yeah, I know. The moment of truth, right? Will the young, handsome police detective, shot down in the line of duty, regain the use of his leg, and live happily ever after?
In a few minutes, the doctor's going to come in this door and take you out of this chair and see if you can walk again.
Right. You know, it reminds me of something I saw in a late movie once. You know, the kid jumps out of bed, he wobbles a little bit, and then he does a foxtrot down the hall with the head noise.
Calvin, this isn't the movies. What if you can't...
No ifs, okay? The operation was a success, and everything is going to be just fine.
You're just saying that to make me feel better?
No, I am saying it to make me feel better. Baby, I have never been so scared in my whole life.
You know, I've never been too thrilled about you being a cop. But I'd hate to see you have to leave the force this way.
Look, let's just think positive, okay?
Okay. Just remember, no matter what happens, I love you. And I'll do anything I can to make whatever the future holds for you happy.
Well, listen, after hearing you say that, it really doesn't matter what happens to my bum leg. I'm gonna be just fine. And, you know, as soon as the doctor says that we can walk out this front door, we are going to trot right over to the Coach House Grill, and we are going to have the biggest celebration feast you have ever seen.
Sounds nice.
You know, I've been sitting here thinking about all the places I'd like to walk, you know, like Malibu Beach at sunset, and the boardwalk in Atlantic City, and the Via Veneto in Rome. Think I could talk you into walking down some of those places with me?
There's one place right here in Monticello I'd love to walk down with you. The aisle of my local church.
Well, we made it.
And they said this was a private room. How you doing, Steve? Chief,
You're
thanks
looking
for
good,
coming.
Calvin.
Well, I lost a little weight. You know, the hospital food doesn't deter the appetite, but I appreciate you two guys stopping by for the big show.
Well, the only reason I came by was to find out where I can put your name back on the active duty roster. Deborah would have come too, but she has an appearance in court.
Yeah, I went out to buy you a nice long red carpet. We were going to lay it out here like this so you could take your first step. But I didn't have any time to shop.
Did you leave Paige Madison all by herself?
Oh, no. Chief Marceau gave me a couple of rent-a-cops. They're over there babysitting right now.
Oh,
Good morning. It looks like standing room only in here.
Well, I hope you're right about that. Dr. Berger, this is Steve Guthrie, my good friend.
Doc, nice meeting you.
This
Meet
is
you.
my boss and good friend. This is Chief Bill Marceau.
Nice to
And
meet you, Doctor.
Chief, nice to meet you, too.
you know Star.
Yes, indeed. You all set, Calvin?
Yeah, I think I'm about as ready as I'm going to be.
Good.
Calvin says the operation was a success.
Well, the pin we put in his leg has taken hold of the shattered part of the bone, so his leg's in one piece again.
Can we assume then that he'll walk normally?
Well, there's no way of knowing whether the degree of fusion is sufficient to hold his body weight until he tries to walk.
Couldn't we just, you know, get started? I've never been too good at sitting still for very long.
Well, you know, I brought the nurses here to assist me in helping you up, but since your friends are here, maybe they'd like to do the honors.
Well, sure. What would you like for us to do?
Well, just help him stand up, get out of the chair on the floor, and stand by in case he needs the support.
All right.
Now, Calvin, one thing you have to consider here. You've been laid up for quite some time. And the muscles in your legs have begun to atrophy. And there's no way you're going to walk as if the accident never happened. It's going to take time to rebuild those muscles.
Yeah, well, suppose I can't stand on my legs at all.
You know, everyone heals at a different rate. If there's a problem, we'll just have to come back and try again in a couple of weeks.
I don't think I could stand the suspense.
Well, right now, all you should be concentrating on is standing by yourself and maybe taking a few small steps. If you can do that, you should be on your way to a fairly normal recovery.
Okay, well, here goes nothing.
All right. Easy to.
All right. Oh, hey, I'm a little shaky.
Take it easy. Take your time.
You can. All right.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, how am I doing so far, huh?
Looking good.
Baby, stand over there.
You did it.
Congratulations, Calvin.
Good going, Calvin.
All right. Chief, when you prepare that new duty roster, you just make sure that Detective Calvin Stone, his name is on it.